All right, guys, as you know, here's the Corvette that we're painting, and here is the trunk lid. I just talked about this, but today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the process that I do to sand and buff a part to make it look absolutely perfect. This reflection probably looks really good in here. The clear really does look awesome. There's really not much to have to do to this, but most people would probably just put this on like it is right now, and no one would ever notice, no one would ever think anything different. But I like to do it one step more, so I'm gonna sand and buff this panel, but I'm gonna sand and buff, you know, every panel that we do on the car to make it look even shinier and flatter. So when I look at this, I can see some pieces of dirt, nothing major, right? We painted this in a spray booth, but doesn't matter what you do, you're always gonna have, you know, something in the dirt falls off of you, or you kick up off the floor or something. So there are some pieces of dirt, not that many though. As I'm really looking around here, I think you can see that one right there. Like right here, there's another one. So there's a couple pieces of dirt. I'm gonna take some 1500 by hand on a hard block, and I'm gonna sand those out. There's one right there, you guys can see. But 1500 on a block, wet sand, I'm gonna sand out the little dirt nibs, sand those flat. I'm then gonna take 2000 grit by hand, and I'm gonna hand sand this whole panel to knock down the top layer of texture. After that, I'm going to take 3000 Trizac on a DA and sand that down wet, and then I'm gonna be able to buff it. So what that's gonna do is I'm gonna take the 1500, just sand where the dirt is to take that out. Take the 2000, I'm gonna sand the whole thing down, which is gonna knock the texture out of it. And then because you're doing it by hand, you're gonna have some marks on it. So then when I hit it up with 3000 with the DA is gonna go over nice and easy, nice and smooth. Take that 2000 grit, make it a 3000 grit scratch, which will then be easy to buff out. So I will show you guys my process and, you know, the products that I use. Anything that I can leave a link to, I will leave a link into the description if you guys are trying to buy any of this stuff. But it's a pretty simple process, pretty easy, and it goes by pretty fast. If you sand correctly and not put tons of marks in the paint and tons of scratches, you want to make sure everything is nice and clean, the buffing will be really easy. So that's the whole point. Hopefully, I know that this looks shiny. I don't know if I can capture any of the orange peel in this video. I mean, there's really not much orange peel, but there is some. But hopefully from this video to the end video, it's gonna be even shinier without any orange peel. So it's hard to tell what it looks like from recording this right now, but hopefully you guys will see a big difference. And if you have any questions, just ask and I'll try to answer them. But hope you enjoy the video. I'm gonna get going now. So this is 1500 with a hard block, okay? And it's wet, I have a bucket of water. And so all I need to do is try to find some dirt, a little piece of dirt. And then just go over the small spot in nice little circles. There's another one right there. Just go over it, it's not gonna take long. Obviously, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna wipe it down and see if I missed any. But if you're not covering everything with water and going crazy, you'll be able to see better. If you cover everything with water and just start going crazy, you're gonna be wiping it off all the time to see if you've missed any. So I'm just gonna go around like this and just keep going. You wanna make sure that, you know, the panel is very clean. Any dirt and dust or anything that's on top, you are obviously just gonna grind into your clear coat. So you wanna make sure everything is clean when you're doing this. That's actually probably the biggest piece. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that looks like a little hair or something. the sound of the sandpaper makes, you want it to sound smooth too. If you hear like grit or you hear something when you're sanding that, it means that you're grinding something into the paint. So when this is a little dry, just dip it in some more water. Obviously, if you could have a spray bottle. I've used a spray bottle before, but I'm holding the camera, so you know, just go over whatever you need to go over. All right, so pretty much gonna just repeat that. Right, you can see the little spots of water where I've sanded it. Just keep repeating that until there's no dirt, and then I'll show you the next step with the 2000. You can see all the little dots. That is all where dirt was. And if you look closely, you shouldn't be able to see any high spot because the dirt is actually a high spot. So as long as when you wipe this down, you can't see anything still sticking out, then you probably have all the dirt gone. But you know, now would be the time to look around and just make sure. And if you don't, right, like right there, you can still see there's a little spot right in front of my finger right there. That should be sanded out just a tad bit more. So you want to look it over, make sure you don't have any big dirt nibs left. But now that we're going to go over the whole thing with 2000 in the same way, nice small circles, you know, that will get taken out with the 2000 grit. So I'm not that worried about that. I would be more worried that when you're trying to do the whole thing with 2000, that if there's a big dirt nib, then you're not going to be able to take it out all the way. So at this point, I'm pretty happy because there was not a lot of big pieces of dirt in this. So I'm going to go around with the 2000 and then make it all flat, make it all look like this. That way we know that we've sanded it all down. Once again, hard block, you want to have a block. You don't want to be going with your fingers like that. Hard block, circles, knock this whole thing down, and then I will show you guys what that looks like. Here we are with a 2000 grit sanded out, and I can still see that I need to do more. So right now, what you need to look for is shiny spots like this that need to get sanded more, or where you sanded the dirt out, like a shadow, a darker spot, darker circle. If the darker circle, you can still see that, it means you haven't gone over it enough with the 2000 grit sandpaper, which would make it harder to buff because now you're trying to still buff out 1500 grit. So right now, I don't see any of those, but I do see some shiny spots where I might still need to, well, not might, where I need to keep sanding with 2000, especially on this end. I started over here and I worked my way this way. So the sandpaper is getting more dull over here, and obviously I'm getting more tired of doing it. So what you don't want, right, is the shiny spots, and you can still see the texture in this paint. You want to be able to have it all knocked down flat. So, you know, you kind of want it to look more like in this area where there's no shiny spots and it's flat. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the 2000 again, and I'm gonna keep sanding. I want to make sure that this is really good before hitting it up with the 3000 on the DA. So I'm just gonna go over it again, probably start in these spots and down there before I lose those, and then just do a quick, you know, once over again. Obviously, you know, like the edges, sometimes you don't hit those all the way. But yeah, it's gonna look like this. You want it to be all nice and even though. So since this isn't all nice and even, I know I still have some work to do. So I'm just gonna continue with that, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like again. So hope you are understanding how I'm doing this. All right, so here is pretty much the final product of the 2000. I've gone over spots a little bit more, a couple different spots. Obviously right here where it was not sanded good enough, and now it is. So that's pretty much ready to go with the 3000 Trizac. So what the 3000 Trizac is, if you guys don't know, is this, right? It's a foam pad for a DA. They make 2000, they make 5000, I think they even make 8000. They make a lot, so you can use it for polishing and stuff. But this stuff, this Trizac, and that's the name of it, right? 3M Trizac foam disc. This stuff just works awesome. It's expensive, but if you're gonna try to do this and like you're gonna sand and buff this whole car, you buy a box of this and it's really gonna do a lot of good things for you. So basically what we need to do, we could buff 2000 grit, okay? That's not an issue. It's a little bit harder, but you can do that. But what this is gonna do is now bring the 2000 grit up to 3000 grit scratch, which is gonna be easy to buff. This is gonna help knock off anything extra on here, make it a nice, perfect, even panel to then be able to buff. So I've been using this in the industry for a long time as a final step before buff. I just think that it's something that if you're really trying to make a car, you know, look really nice, you could do it by hand and buff it a lot longer, but if you do it the correct steps and then hit it with this, you could even go up to 5000 if you wanted to make it easier. But it's really gonna make the buffing process so much better. And you know, just like sanding body filler, this is where a lot of people, they get bored, they get tired of doing it, they want to skip steps and go quick and all that stuff. It's not the time to do that. Just like with body filler, if you do it with body filler, your dents are going to look horrible. If you skip steps and try to go fast and just get it done really quick, your buffing and the texture of the paint and stuff, the finish is not going to look that good. So this is what I do, and I will sand this, show you guys. I'm going to start buffing obviously, and then I'll show you guys how I go through it all and what I'm using still. So I will leave the link in the description for this, just like everything else, if you're looking to get some. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and then show you guys what it looks like after. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this. Now this half I just Trizac'd on the DA, and this half I didn't, okay? So like I said, if you were trying to buff this, you could do it, okay? You can buff a 2000 grit scratch. It's not a big deal. That's not like the end of the world, but you can see how uneven everything is and you know the difference. Now when you come over here, now I went over this with the DA, the 3000 grit, and you can see how even everything is, okay? There's a little bit maybe right there I could have done more, okay? But pretty much this is all very even. So when I go to buff this, I'm not gonna have to check every single second to make sure I'm getting all these marks and everything out. I've pretty much made it one nice flat smooth surface right here. At least that's the hope. Now obviously if you are buffing it and you check and you got to go back a step, well, you might have to go back a step. But that's the difference between the Trizac and not using it and just using it by hand. You can really tell the difference now. So I just wanted to throw that in there to show you guys why an extra step might be even better and how it makes it your life a lot easier. Like I said, nobody likes to waste their time sanding and buffing, and this is where everybody gives up. But this, right, sanding and buffing, and especially going an extra step, this is what makes this paint job look so much better, look like $1 million, look like a professional did it. This is really the step in the process that will make this Corvette look different from every other one and really elevate the paint job and stuff. So hopefully you guys, you know, understand that, can see that in here. I'm gonna go over this side now and just keep on plugging away. All right, so here is the final product of all the sanding. All nice and even, looks good. Feels, I mean, it feels really, really smooth, you know, doesn't feel bad, looks perfect. So I'm gonna go on and start buffing. So I have a Torque DA buffer from Chemical Guys. This thing has actually been pretty good. It's once you get used to the DA buffer, you kind of don't want to go back to the regular orbital buffer, but this has been great. I'm going to use the orange pad with the V36 compound. I have the 32 and the 34 compound, but I'm going to start with this because all we have is a 3000 grit scratch. It should be pretty good, pretty easy to get out. Hopefully I can step it down if I need to. The problem is that when you step down to an aggressive grit that has a lot of physical cutting properties of it, it now puts a lot of scratches in the thing that you just made look perfect like this. So I'm going to start with that. Hopefully it'll do what I want. And if I need to step down, I will step down. But I am not going to film me buffing because it's literally just me standing here with a buffer. So I will get this all set. You know, I might do half and then show you guys what it looks like. But I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, get at the buffing. You guys don't really need to see that. And then I will update you. Hopefully the sun comes out today. It's going to be a bad weekend, like I said, but hopefully the sun comes out and I can bring this outside when it's all said and done to really show you guys. So I will update you for the next step. All right, guys, I guess this is all finished now. I'm hoping it looks different than it did at the beginning, even though it's still in here. It looked like the sun was going to come out for a second, but it didn't. So maybe if it does, I will bring this outside. But hopefully you can tell a difference. It is a lot shinier. If I go down this side, you guys can see how nice and reflective and shiny this is. So that is what I do for sanding and buffing. 1500, take the dirt out, 2000 and knock the top off, and then 3000 and buff. So if you guys are looking to do some work like this, this is how I like to do it.